Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and creator of Multifarious Nature. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad you're back. Please feel free to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are listed. I try to do it weekly. So let's dive into the shop update, shall we? So I've done a lot this week for Multifarious Nature. So as I said previously, we are doing stuff in our basement, which is where I dye my yarn, and I haven't gotten to really dye for a while because we were doing a whole bunch of work down there that didn't make that possible. So we are still waiting on carpeting, but I have about a month before that'll be installed. So my husband actually installed a sink down there, which is amazing. So now it takes me a lot less time to get the dyeing done. I don't have to lug things up and down the stairs and like the water and everything. Like it is quite the process actually. So this is amazing. So very exciting. So I just wanted to start off with that exciting news. As well as I dyed up, guys. I dyed up the first color of the Multifarious Nature Advent. I'm so excited. I can't, of course, tell you what the colorway is, but I did dye up one of the first colorways of the 25 that I'm going to be dyeing. So I'm really excited. There are definitely still a few Advent calendars in the shop, so you of course, can purchase that through the link. I'll provide the link in the description below as well. And you do of course have time to purchase that. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that there is an extremely limited amount of them. So once they're gone, they are gone for this year. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So I definitely dyed up that first color, and oh, it's so pretty, guys. I'm so excited. I want to tell you and I can't tell you, but I'm just really excited about it. It's a really fun project. So that is one exciting thing that has been going on. And then I also dyed up more of other colors that I've been working with recently, because in case you guys want to purchase some, I wanted to make sure I had some in the shop. So I can always dye it up for you as well. If there's a base that you see that you'd like, please let me know. I can definitely dye it up for you, but I try to have a few available so that way, you know, if you want it like within a week, you'd be able to get your hands on it. So the two colorways that I worked on here, I've got Purple Iris, and these are both going to be on, it's a superwash merino, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon blend. So it's super, super durable. So this is Purple Iris. I dyed up some more of that, and it has this gorgeous like bits of kind of a grayish navy blue in here. And then of course purple throughout and white throughout. I love this colorway so much, and I'm working with it in a project that I'm going to show you here coming up. So it's just such a beautiful colorway, and it's a variegated. So I love it, and you'll see why, because it's gorgeous and very versatile, and you can just make all kinds of wonderful things with this. The other colorway that I have in the shop is Scarlett. Of course, I'm working with my All the Lights cardigan with Scarlett. It's gorgeous red. It is atonal, and it's absolutely beautiful. So again, this is on that superwash merino nylon blend. So it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So absolutely gorgeous. Love this yarn. It's so wonderful. And I have more of this that'll be in the shop here as well. That way, if you guys want to purchase some, you can do it sooner rather than later. So that, I dyed up a bunch of that as well, so that'll be in the shop. And that then leads me to my work in progress using the Multifarious Nature yarn. So this is Hokey Locatelli's All the Lights cardigan. I have been working away like a busy bee on this, guys. Oh my gosh. I normally only work like on knitting maybe an hour in the evening after work. So like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but like I've been really putting in extra time after buffet dinner and like really focusing on the sweater because I really want to finish it. Like I really want to. And the more I work on it, the more I enjoy working on it. It is a beautiful pattern, super intricate. So you will see I got a lot of progress compared to the previous week. So there's my little progress keeper. It's a one-of-a-kind Multifarious Nature progress keeper with a little lobster clasp, which a lot of my progress keepers are the lobster clasps. And you can see, I mean, inches, guys, look at that. So like I got down to here and then I don't want to give away the pattern. Of course, this is a paid for pattern, but I did, separate and then just put some other stitches on hold. So it is gorgeous. I love it. And this is using my yarn. This is that Scarlett colorway. This is on Peruvian Highland wool though. This is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So this is a good way you can see how wool takes the dye differently. So this is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. This is that nylon superwash merino blend. So it's very similar, of course, because it is the same colorway, but this is just slightly lighter looking because of the nature of the fiber. If you look at this fiber, it has this beautiful halo on it. So it just looks lighter because of the fiber. So it's the same colorway. But isn't this, oh my gosh, I'm loving the way this is looking, guys. I'm so excited. That's why, I think that's why I'm even more inspired to finish it, because the more I knit on it, the more I want to see it done. Like I want it to be done. And I want to show you guys how it really looks on here. Just be careful because I have it on needles here. I don't want to drop the stitches, but this will give you a good indication of what this all looks like if I put it on. Hopefully I don't get all like super tangled in all the yarn, which probably will. Oh dear. But you can see how it's looking here. So it actually comes down to a good spot. It hits at the top of like just below the pants line. Everybody's body's different. I think I have kind of a short torso. So this is actually fitting really nice. So I'm going to be working on the pockets next, which I've read the directions quite a bit, and the directions are a little confusing to me. And I do remember hearing someone else that was doing this pattern having a little bit of confusion with that part. So I'm just going to try to see if there's some videos where someone talked about that, and on YouTube, because there are so many wonderful people out there sharing, how their projects have gone and everything. So I just have to figure out that pocket section. It's a little confusing. This is a much more intricate pattern than a lot of patterns that I've done when it comes to knitting. But you can just see, oh my gosh, this lace work with the little bobbles. I wasn't sure how I feel about the bobbles, but I absolutely love it. And the cabling and everything, it's absolutely gorgeous. And that has a lot to do not only with the pattern itself, but the yarn that you use. This Peruvian Highland wool is just perfect for this type of pattern. It's like these patterns were made for this type of wool. When you use non-superwash wool, you get that blooming effect from the yarn. You really get this, it just captures these stitches so well. They just pop. So that this beautiful cabling and everything, and braiding really pops. There's amazing stitch definition. And you get this texture stitch, which I'm pretty sure is going to be then down the sleeve as well. So and it's fitting perfectly. So I did like the medium large size based off of my measurements. And I think it's going to be perfect. So I'm really, really excited about it, guys. And get in there, and just look at this textured stitch. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Loving it. So a lot of progress on this pattern. Trying to be careful not to drop the stitches here because I can easily do that. And again, I'm alternating 2 skeins, so I know I've mentioned it in other videos, but when you work with hand-dyed yarn, it's always recommended that you alternate skeins. That way you don't have the color pooling and it really distributes your patterning. So that's why there's not really color pooling in this. There's just a beautiful, beautiful variegation going on. So loving it. I am, I'm so excited, and so squishy and fluffy and wonderful. So that's the Peruvian Highland wool, which I do carry that in my shop, that base. So if there's any color that you see that is not on Peruvian Highland wool, if you just contact me, you could do that through the website and just let me know that you love a certain color in Peruvian Highland wool, and I can make that happen for you. All right, so next project is I want to talk about another one that's using my wool. I'm trying to knit with my wool again. I love supporting people, but I definitely want to you know, knit with my products so you guys can see it. So especially this one, like variegated yarn. It's really important that you guys can see what that looks like, so that, you know, if you're on the fence about ordering it, you'll kind of have an idea what it looks like. So this next pattern is a shawl by Maanel. I think I'm saying that right. Maanel, and it's called the Passe Partout. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's a beautiful shawl pattern. And there's of course pictures on the Ravelry site. That's where I got it from, was Ravelry. But I am using, like I said, my purple iris, and this is on a 50-50 blend. So this is 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. So it's super beautiful, very shiny. This is a luxury yarn, like a super luxury yarn. I feel like all wool is luxury, but like super luxurious with silk. It's super soft. It definitely is a more expensive yarn. So the pricing, you would see that when you go on the website. The price point is definitely higher for this. It's much more expensive yarn. So, and then my raspberry colorway. And this is on that BFL, 100% BFL. Gorgeous. Love it. Love this color. I love these. So I'm so excited. I'm really excited about knitting with my yarn. So I hope that you guys are excited to see it too. So this is what it looks like so far. Obviously you can see I've been working on it a lot. So I put it on a 40, or actually it's a 50-inch cable. I don't think it calls for that. That's the one thing, this pattern did not really call for a certain size cable. It's a little vague. You know, I feel like it's very easy to follow, but it's a little bit of a vague pattern. It is a free pattern. So, you know, you kind of take that then with a grain of salt. But if you are a new knitter and you're just not sure and you haven't done a shawl before, I would recommend a long cable probably. I mean, I haven't done this whole shawl, but I'm only in the second section. I'm in the second section of, I think, like 4 or 5 sections, maybe. So this is as far as I am, and here's my cable. So this is a 50-inch cable. Clearly there's definitely some room there, so you probably could get away with like a 40-inch cable, but if it was on a 32-inch, I feel like it might be a little snug. You could probably make it work, because I feel like a lot of people make that work, but I feel like it would start to get a little bit chaotic with your stitches. But it's a really beautiful pattern when it comes to simplicity. You've got a nice little texture stitch going on, and stockinette and texture. So this is what this the purple iris looks like in knit with stockinette stitch and the texture stitch. You can see the beautiful like purple here and like kind of a lilac, and then there's that like gray, like light navy gray kind of throughout. It definitely looks lighter on this than it does on the nylon blend. Trying to see if I can find a patch of it for you. A little bit right there, but it's definitely a little bit darker on this because the silk is super shiny and it makes the color lighter again. Like a lot of colors that I dye on the silk blend look a lot lighter than they do on like 100% superwash merino, for example. But it's absolutely beautiful, and it's so nice. Look at this drape. Look at that drape. Oh my gosh. It's the silk. It's the superwash merino and silk. Merino is very similar to this. This gives you that beautiful drape. Like I said, this is fingering weight, and I still use the larger knitting needle, so it has a nice airiness to it. Like in the spine area here, it's nice airiness, and I'm trying to work on this. Like, I want to finish the cardigan first. Like, that's one I'm definitely focusing on a lot. But I mean, I have a wedding that I'm going to. It's their reception, because they had to kind of postpone their big reception because of everything going on in the world. And now that things are lightening up, with people now being vaccinated and people feeling more comfortable gathering and everything, they're going to be doing that here in June. And so I would love to wear this with a dress, because I really feel like it would just look gorgeous with any dress. Like I said, I love purple and raspberry colors, and this would then of course go with that. I feel like it would also look gorgeous with a black dress. I just think it would be gorgeous. So I really want to finish that, and I have a lot to do still, and that might be a little ambitious. I have other shawls that I could definitely wear that I've made, but I think this one would be perfect because it's such a beautiful spring one. I also have another gorgeous shawl, the Deandra shawl, which I think, unfortunately, I don't know if that pattern's available anymore. At least not in English for some reason. The designer pulled it, which is such a bummer. I loved that pattern. It's gorgeous, and it's a freeform, and I used my Ocean's Deep colorway and the White Pine colorway, and it just is gorgeous. So it's a green and blue and beautiful. So that would be another one, but I really want to get this one. I really want to finish it so I can wear it, because I think this is just such a nice spring color. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, so the tulip tank, I think you remember my last video, I kind of was ranting about the cotton. I hate knitting with cotton. It's official. So I frogged it. I did. I totally frogged it, and I said, heck with that. My hands hurt. It hurt too much, and it made me not want to knit on it. So I will do the tulip tank at some point. I will probably do it in a superwash merino blend of some kind, because I feel like that is still very comfortable for summer. It's very breathable because it's natural. So yeah, I would, of course, could do superwash merino and silk, but that's very luxurious. Like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go that far, but definitely maybe superwash merino, not cotton. So I did frog it. I clearly have that wool cotton, and so I don't want to waste it, because I mean, I did purchase it. So I am making something, but I am crocheting it. So this is another free pattern. It's by Grace Forthfrills. I think that's how you say her name. But it's the Amelia tank. So there it is. And it's a like peplum bottom, which I absolutely love. That looks really flattering. Like, that's probably gonna be flattering a lot of people. So I am doing that in the Caboo cotton yarn. Nothing against Caboo, but to knit with this, I feel like it's a massive torture. It's massive torture. I did not like knitting with this. And maybe some people love it, and I don't mean to be hating on the yarn that you love, but it hurt my hands. Like, this hurt. It was not cool. So I am crocheting, and I think this will be okay. I don't know, because this looks like crazy at the moment, but basically it's a top down, so I'm like here and I'm just crocheting it down, and then you do the straps and attach those. So it's going all right. I mean, I'm getting there slowly but surely. I've been working on this on like my lunch breaks at work. I mean, I'm getting progress because I pretty much had this progress with the other tank doing the tulip, but it hurt and I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I ripped it back, and now I am doing it with a crochet hook. I think I ended up going down a size with my crochet hook because for some reason I couldn't find the size that they called for. So I went down a size, but yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue. Or I went up a size. I think I went up a size. I don't think it'll be an issue because I'm kind of a loose crocheter. I'm a tight knitter, loose crocheter, except when I knit cotton. Apparently I'm a loose knitter because my first shirt that I ever made was with cotton, and I knit that. And I can't believe I made it through that, but that explains why it was so big. Like when I was done, it was big on me, like really big. And I thought, why does this not fit right? It's probably because my hands are hurting and I lessened my tension. And that makes a lot of sense based on the look of it. Like the stitches are much airier. They definitely opened up. The stitches opened up. So yeah, I did not, yeah, my hands hurt. So there you go. So I now need to just remember that. I do know cotton, not my friend when it comes to knitting. I could crochet with it, but yeah. And I don't know how much I'll even do that, at least with this Caboo. Okay, so I don't, again, I'm not trying to say nasty things about this yarn because it's very soft. It's super soft. I think it's gonna, I mean, it is. I've got a shirt made out of it. It's very comfortable. It's just that with the process of crocheting it, it's very easy to split the yarn because it just, it unfurls very easily. So it's, you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping this will be a wonderful, comfortable little tank top, and I'll show you guys when I hopefully finish it in the semi-near future. Of course, the problem with casting on a lot of projects is it takes you longer to complete them, but yeah, because now I have 4 going on at once. Oh dear. I usually try to only do 3. I broke my rule, guys, again. Oh no. It's not a good sign. And last but not least, another pattern here that actually has Multifarious Nature yarn that I dyed up is the Crayol Cowl by, I wrote down the artist, guys. The designer is Leonie Thornley. Beautiful pattern, Leonie. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait to finish this. I've also been working on this on my lunch breaks. So, where's my progress keeper? Here we go. So I really worked on this one a lot on my lunch breaks too. You can see I've been knitting a lot this week because I've got multiple inches on most of my projects. Actually, all of my projects have multiple inches. So I have been just knitting away like crazy, and it is my passion, my joy, my love, and my therapy because, you know, when I get stressed, I want to knit. I do. And I knit whenever I possibly can. So, and I love knitting so much, I started dyeing yarn because I love yarn. So there you go. It just keeps going in every direction. But yeah, again, this is using yarn. The beautiful green is my white pine colorway from Multifarious Nature. I'm a little partial to that colorway. I love it. Again, I love all my colorways. What can I say? They're made out of love. So, and then this one is from thrift store. It's a beautiful variegated, like blue colorway. And then the black is Onyx by a chick that knits. She dyed that up. So that's another indie dyer. She actually has a store in I think Oklahoma. I'm probably wrong on that, but yeah, a chick that knits. I'll link that below as well. The dyer behind that. But yeah, this is actually a progress keeper, or not progress keeper, it's a stitch marker from a chick that knits. It came with the advent that I got last year. So she gave, like, one of the gifts inside of her advent was a little container of progress keepers and stitch markers, and I loved it. And it was fun because, like, as I worked on my advent, I would, like, switch out my progress keeper or my stitch marker with one different one, like, every week or so. So that was a lot of fun. So I really like it, and I'm excited to show you guys the Multifarious Nature advent calendar and all the goodies that come along with that when that time comes in December. So looking forward to it. Anyway, yeah, really nice. I'm almost there. This is supposed to be 8 inches, so I think I'm like an inch away from finishing this. So I know I'm gonna finish this week. I will finish it this week. So this will be a finished object next weekend. Please hold me to it if it's not. I am making that, I am making that commitment. But yeah, love this brioche. I love it. It's such a wonderful knit, and I've been doing this a lot on, like I said, on my lunch break. It's just so rhythmic doing brioche. If you haven't done brioche, highly recommend brioche, and I highly recommend this pattern. It's so wonderful. It's a contrast cowl. It's kind of how she described it. It's just wonderful because as you stretch it, you see that nice stretchiness. It's wonderful, and you can wear it double. You could hang it, just like wear it like this, but you can then do it double. And I'm pretty sure I have the pattern here so I can show you. Yeah, so this is what she has on the website, but it's just, it's such a wonderful pattern. It's so wonderful. So definitely recommend that one. I have so many patterns that I want to do. I don't know, I went down the rabbit hole of Ravelry, and I just have so many patterns. And yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm so excited to dye up more of the advent colorways. And of course, don't worry, I will not share any of the colorways until advent season as we open them together. So I'm not going to ruin that surprise. It's such a wonderful process, the waiting and the anticipation, and just it's such a wonderful thing. So don't worry, I won't ruin that surprise for you guys. And yeah, that is it. So I guess, like, personal end of things. So as I said, the basement, a little bit of a delay on the finishing of that part of the basement, which is totally fine. It's expected. Like, right now, a lot of people are getting work done in their homes, so it does not surprise me at all that it was going to take about a month for us to get our carpeting down there. But I was so grateful that my husband did put in a sink downstairs for me. It's one of those, like, not industrial, like a wash tub, basically. And it's so awesome because now I can fill up my water, like all the dye baths and stuff. I can do it all there in one room. I don't have to look, because I was lugging water in buckets up and down the stairs and making multiple trips doing that. And then also I need, like, when I mix the dye, because many of my colorways I mix the dye first and then I measure it out and everything. And I have to use hot water when I mix the colors for it to mix really well. And especially for certain colors, it's really hard to mix it unless the water's hot. And that is a pain, because I used to have to go upstairs and get hot water every time I need to mix more. And so it slows down the process, is what it is. And I'm all about efficiency if I can be. So now that I have a sink down there with hot and cold water, I can do it right there out of the tap. I'm so excited about that. That's why I was able to get all the stuff dyed up yesterday because that he finished it yesterday in the morning, and I was so excited. So I was like, I'm gonna start dyeing now, and I had to wash everything in the studio area. There's so much dust from all the plaster and everything, but I got that all cleared up, and yeah, and started dyeing, and I was so excited. So I I hope that you guys love that. I look forward to dyeing up a lot more so that you guys can get your hands on a lot of these colors. I dye in very small batches. So if you're looking for like a larger batch, like if you want to do a sweaters quantity and you want 4 or more of a color, please contact me, because I would probably need to dye that up specially for you, because for the most part, I dye up small batches. I usually dye about 3 skeins at a time. And so, I mean, it takes me a while to crank out larger batches. So that's why I kind of almost want to special order it if you are looking for that. But yeah, no, that's probably about it. It's like really cloudy and kind of coming, the sun is coming in and out now. So I've had my light going, so it kind of blasts things out again. But the weather here, it rained earlier and it's warm. It's so nice out. I think it's in like 72 degrees today, and definitely humid because it rained yesterday as well. Or no, it didn't rain yesterday. Yeah, no, it didn't rain yesterday. It rained this morning, but yesterday it was really hot. It was like 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're definitely getting like summer, which I love. I love summer, which is funny because I'm working on Peruvian Highland wool. I'm working on like a sweater in summer, but that doesn't bother me. I like it. It's something to look forward to when it gets colder. And like I said, here in Michigan, if you're from here, you know what I'm talking about, but the weather fluctuates dramatically sometimes. Like it might be really warm and hot during the day, and then the evenings get kind of cool, and so you want like a little something to throw on, like a little sweater, like a little shawl, something like that. So I see myself possibly wearing some of these things even in the summertime. So probably not the Peruvian Highland wool sweater, but anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I hope you're creating. Please share what you're working on below. I would love to hear about it and chat about it in the thread. And yeah, I will see you guys in a week. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.